She makes her bid for a little piece of history.
Hello and welcome to another episode of The Run of the Race, and a big episode coming your way when we look at the figures of Galaxy Star. Mark Warwood, can you believe what you saw on the weekend? Because I must admit, I didn't think she was going to get there.
I thought she was beaten turning for home. I thought she was beaten probably with 250 metres to go. I think Bob Peters thought the same. Really good performance by Galaxy Star off what was a pretty slow tempo again in one of these Group 3 races.
We'll have a look at all of the data that came out of her race, the Belmont Sprint, a little bit later in the program, but right now we'll start from the very top. And it was a race for the 2-year-olds, this one taken out by Miss Tycoon.
100-metre mark, and they track along the side of the course where Miss Tycoon for Chris Parnham holds a slender lead from Stella D'Or. A length and a half away, then on the outside is the favourite Miss Elmire. Down on the inside, handy to them on the home corner is Got a Motor, but they haven't gone overly hard. And then Angel Jupiter balancing up, 300 left to go. And it's Miss Tycoon who shows the way from Stella D'Or. Miss Elmire in behind them, battling is Got a Motor. Coming to the 150, it's Miss Tycoon. She'd snuck away now from Stella D'Or. It's still Miss Tycoon. Miss Tycoon from Got a Motor starting to run on now. Miss Tycoon clinging on though, and Miss Tycoon all the way from Got a
Miss Tycoon getting another win there, a horse that came from the Pinjarra Straight, which always tends to be a good form reference, and got the job done nicely.
Doesn't make the file though, just the two horses in the file. Going to go with Got a Motor as the Forgive horse. Was pretty slow away, made some ground up early in the race, was pretty green in the straight as well. Second fastest sectionals. I think Got a Motor has got a win in him. That was a decent debut in the circumstances off a couple of barrier trial wins. I'm going to forget Angel Jupiter here. No good racings in each of her 3 races. She comes out of the dam, Tip the Angel, who's thrown some pretty good horses. I just don't think Angel Jupiter is one of them.
Okay, Got a Motor in Mark's follow file there, appropriately named. The next horse is one that we've been following on this show for quite some time. Let's take a look at the win of Flirtini.
As they head down the side of the course, popping off the fence at the 600, Lord Help Me Run, being followed by Cryptic Love, and last of all Miss Marietta, about 5 lengths off the leader, 450 to go. Well, as they reach the corner, it's Flirtini in front from Don's Legacy on the outside. 2 lengths away then is Pure Magnus, followed then by City Circle. As a party hasn't moved yet. Down to the 250 they come. Now she does, shakes up Flirtini. Lord Help Me Run, City Circle are putting in their runs. It's Flirtini. She draws the whip with 100 left to go. From City Circle running to second. Lord Help Me Run comes to the end of his run, but it's all Flirtini. She was too good. Flirtini.
Another good performance by Flirtini there as she looks to head towards the Belmont Guineas, and wow, what a cracker of a race that's looking to be.
Yeah, we're going to have a few emergencies, I would think. It looks like a full field for the Belmont Guineas this year. I think you can follow Flirtini next start as well. 2 wins in a row now. Did enough after what was a very good first up victory, and she was the star performer of Belmont Springs Day according to punting form. I'm going to forget Miss Marietta. 1-2 in a row at Pinjarra Park, but none of the ratings have been particularly good and was stone motherless on Saturday. And I will forgive Cryptic Love here. Raced really ungenerously in the early part of the race. The tempo was not particularly fast, certainly not what we associated Flirtini with, so I will forgive David Harrison's horse.
The next race was taken out by Come Play With Me, a horse that had been so consistent throughout the Provincial Cup Series, and Adam Durant said he may have just missed the boat early, not pouring enough work into him, but he's got him on song at the moment. Here's Come Play With Me.
Mark Muscat, and back there ridden along at the tail is Salon de Chevelle. They go inside the 600. Noir Daru about to be taken on by Come Play With Me, given a little more rein by Kirby, goes up and eyeballs Noir Daru, who's being ridden hard coming into the corner. Noir Daru, Come Play With Me. They've kicked 2.5 in front from Sonnen, immediately under the Persuader. Further back is Dark Muscat, Salon de Chevelle, but Come Play With Me sailed past Noir Daru at the 200 post, and he boots about 2.5 to 3 in front from Noir Daru. Then Sonnen, Dark Muscat, Come Play With Me is going to come right away and win in a canter. Come Play With Me from Sonnen.
Come Play With Me winning there in what was another slowly run affair. We do tend to see that these staying events are quite slowly run.
And it makes it really, really hard to trust the form. I suppose that Come Play With Me will probably be a short price next start and probably will get the chocolates, but I just simply couldn't have him in the file based on what he did on Saturday. In the file, I will forgive Salon du Cheval. Was slow away, had to settle quite far back from the gate. That wasn't the intention of the connections. Fastest sectionals all the way home. I'm going to forget At the Ready here. Stone motherless in each of its 3 races this preparation. And I will follow again Dark Musket, best of the back markers in what was a pretty slowly run race. Finished off really, really well again. There's another win there for the Ballantines.
Okay, Dark Musket making the follow file. This next race I thought was one of the best performances of the day. I know we had Galaxy Star, we've seen the figures from Flirtini, but the fact that this horse here, Military Ruler, had been retired, almost didn't think they'd make it back to the track, this was a great victory.
In came Tommy Stand Up, 600 from home. A half a length away then is Military Ruler, one to Paddy Shadow, down on the inside of Not a Mocker. Third last at the top of the straight, Firemaker, back there in company with a bit sketchy and Resistance. Homeward bound, 370 to go. The mare Black Line by a length and a half, one short, down on the inside, Recharger. Friar's Gift, and now Black Saturday is coming down. Black Sabbath down the outside at the 200. Black Sabbath surges up with Military Ruler in pursuit as well. Black Sabbath from Military Ruler when they go past the 100. Military Ruler draws alongside, reaches the lead. The drought is over for Military Ruler. Comes away 1,071.
Military Ruler winning there, and I think we saw a bit of emotion from DMAC post-race. It clearly meant a lot to him, but let's take a look at these figures, and -5 to the 600. They've gone pretty quick.
Yeah, it certainly has. I thought it was a really good performance by Military Ruler in a 64 plus handicap. It's probably better than that grade. I thought it was a really good first up win. Second fastest sectionals all the way home, except for the last 200 metres, was the fastest over that final furlong. And DMAC after the race said that he thought he had this horse capable of winning again. So going to go with Military Ruler, forgetting Black Line here. Fourth poor run in a row for her across the two preparations, and quite simply hasn't rebounded from a horror run in the Starstruck. And I will forgive Paddy Shadow. Cast two shoes, raced really flat, came back with cardiac arrhythmia, has been pretty poor this preparation, but I think you can forgive the run on Saturday at least.
Lots of excuses there, and you did just mention Military Ruler's figures there with the class, almost 3 lengths better than benchmark for this class, so you would think does have another win in store this preparation. We'll take a quick break, and on the other side we'll have a look at the back half of the Belmont Sprint meeting.
Turning up for a picnic with chicken chunks? Ooh, orchies. Turning up for a picnic on a horse? Delightful. Life's better with horses. See you at the races.
Welcome back to the run of the race, where we are closing in on having a look at those Belmont Sprint figures and the performance of Galaxy Star, but this is all about another Cerise and White runner in this race. This one was taken out by State Attorney.
Back on the inside, pulling fiercely is State Attorney. Pike's got his hands literally full. A length away is Ameliago. Regal Moon is following the favourite to the home corner, 450 from the judge. They're being followed wider out by Sir Snuggalot. Then came Captivated Point, Zatorio. At the 350, Milady kicked 2 clear. Pike into the clear with State Attorney. Regal Moon shot up on its inside as Fine Scent joins in as well. Inside the 200, State Attorney ranges up and grabs Milady. They get 3/4 in front from Fine Scent. He's hard at work on State Attorney from Fine Scent, and State Attorney is too good. State Attorney beat Fine Scent.
State Attorney winning there. We did see the horse pulling in the run, so it was interesting to have a look at the early tempo figures, and the leader was going -3, so it was decent enough tempo.
Yeah, pretty fast tempo here for the first run in the major quad. He doesn't make the file, does the winner. I think he's not one of Bob Peters' best horses. There's only 2 horses in the file. I'm going to forgive Regal Moon here. Was impeded for 3/4 of the straight, so goes in the forgive pile once again. I'm going to forget King's Authority. Hasn't got anywhere near his Melbourne figures since coming to WA, around 7.5 lengths off his PB that he did at Flemington, and I will follow Regal Moon here. I think it was significant the jockey changed an apprentice back on in Molly Clark. Had previously won with Lucy Warwick in the saddle. I just can't believe that Regal Moon will not win one of these graduation handicaps, because I think she's a couple of levels better than this.
She's a quirky horse, I tell you that much. She, on the way to the gate, she just stops dead in her tracks and will not go any further until the jockey gets off and physically leads her. She's a real quirky character, and still Casey said before the race, everyone just has to see her for the 15 minutes she's on the racetrack. He has to put up with her all week. So I think that summed up the horse pretty well, and hopefully you really hope that she can get a win for the work that they do have to put in. All right, this is the race that we have been waiting for. Take a look at Galaxy Star sprouting wings and winning the Belmont Sprint.
Star's fourth, a length and a half away, getting 2 lengths. Galaxy Star being niggled at, coming into the home corner, and back last Electric Light. So they'd straightened up. Great Shot will bring them for home. Great Shot 3/4 to a half. Vital Silver, Ms. Lecky searches for the run. Heart Starter fourth, 2 lengths behind them, getting, and a similar margin. Galaxy Star with Electric Light last. He'll have to pull out all stops on the favourite Vital Silver. Went to Great Shot, Ms. Lecky down on the fence. Galaxy Star winding up outside of Gatting. Vital Silver, Great Shot, Vital Silver. Here she comes, Galaxy Star. She's coming, she lunges. I don't know.
Galaxy Star doing what only Galaxy Star can do, and bridging what looked like an impossible gap, even with 100 metres to go. It was quite sensational. The overall figure doesn't read overly well, but I think you only need eyes to see that was a good performance.
It certainly was. She looked beat as she entered the straight. If you take the class into account, this was a very slowly run race, and it didn't suit horses such as Galaxy Star and Electric Light. So looking at the file here, I will forgive Electric Light. Adam Durrant was really bullish about this horse, considering it was going around at around 30 to 1 on Saturday, was only beaten 1.9 lengths and was the second fastest horse all the way home apart from the winner. I will forget here, Heart Starter started at 150 to 1, was only beaten 3 lengths, but the tempo certainly led to the proximity of Heart Starter to the good horses, and I will follow Galaxy Star here. You'd think she'll be winning each of the Group 3 features at Belmont Park over the next couple of weeks, and she did win from an impossible position given the tempo on Saturday.
No surprises there, and hopefully we just see these races run at a little bit more of a genuine tempo, and I think we'll see the best of Galaxy Star for the rest of this winter series. Okay, let's have a look at the next race. This one taken out by Don't Fuss.
Sterling held the front from the Niconian. They're getting along at a cracking pace. 1.5 to the big grey. Chicks Picker starting to stride up boldly down on the inside of the filly Market Ruler. Don't Fuss around it, 3 deep coming into the corner. Stage Man right over the leaders outside of Multiverse. Being followed further back by Pretentious Champ with Undisclosed trying to thread its way through heavy traffic. Captain Sterling is the leader. 200 to go from Don't Fuss. Stage Man behind them battling, and now Market Ruler into the clear. Captain Sterling headed by Don't Fuss, and then Market Ruler. Don't Fuss reaches the lead, and Don't Fuss is too strong. Don't Fuss beat Captain Sterling. It's a photo.
Don't Fuss winning there, and what a preparation it's been for this horse to go from winning a no Metro win race on a Wednesday to winning on a Saturday. He's really found some great form.
And the figures back it up as well. Minus 2.3 overall, minus 1.7 to the class. This was a benchmark 70 race, so a really good performance by Don't Fuss, and the stable is absolutely flying. In the file, I'm going to forgive the Niconian here. Came back with some abrasions, was also slightly lame, quite simply too bad to be true by the Niconian. I'm going to forget Chicks Pick's latest disappointing performance by this horse, and I think we may well have seen the best of him as a 2-year-old, and I will follow Market Ruler. She was impeded, she wasn't fully tested in the straight. This was a pretty good race. I think Market Ruler would have gone very close had she had a little bit more luck.
Certainly. All right, one more race was still to come on the day, and the market had it pegged between the two Peters Investments runners in Leading Girl and True Attraction, and ultimately it was Willie Pike who was able to guide Leading Girl to victory.
Maryvale Miss and Rebel Knight drops out to last, but at the 550 and Freedom by Choice will bring them up to the home corner, 3/4 in front. Running second, Superior Smile. Down near the rails, third, Handy Arnie's Boy from Diamond Tonique. Being followed by Leading Girl. Quickly away from the fence for Pike. Grey Enigma sitting directly on her outside. Followed further back by Tonka Tough, and in behind them True Attraction at the 200 now. And over on the outside, Leading Girl pounced upon Diamond Tonique, who got to the front fleetingly. But Leading Girl extends, she burst clear. Down the outside, here's True Attraction charging with a great run late, but Leading Girl will be too good. It's a
Leading Girl winning there, but there was an eye-catching run there from the stablemate True Attraction, who was flashing home, and Bob did say he thinks that if you swap the gates, you probably swap the result.
I think Leading Girl and True Attraction from a ratings perspective are very, very similar, not only on punting form numbers, but on the old traditional collateral form against horses they've competed against in recent times. So I'm going to follow True Attraction because it won't cop the same penalty as Leading Girl, and therefore I think it's a winner waiting to happen. I'm forgetting Superior Smile here. Both of its recent wins were off very slow tempos, and when I mean a slow tempo, I mean about minus 10 to the 600. So I think they're false victories, and Superior Smile finished 10th on Saturday. I will forgive Rebel Knight here. Did settle last from the gate, and it wasn't a particularly fast run race. I'm not sure he's a superstar, but forgivable run on Saturday.
All right, let's have a look at the meeting in its entirety. And I guess we expect here to say that Galaxy Star was the performance of the day, but according to the numbers, that's not the case.
No, it's back to Simon Millertown for the performance of the day. Fleur Tini, both overall and to the class. She's going towards the Belmont Guineas. What a ripper race that looks like being. She was minus 3.2 overall and minus 4.1 if you take the class into account. Looking at the closing sectionals, Maricino 11.16 for the last 200. There was a dead heat over the 400 for City Circle and Lord Help Me Run. And then that consistent performer, Hoboken, 33.22 seconds for the last 600, features in the file yet again.
He's always running a good solid 600 home. A little bit surprised that we didn't see Galaxy Star. To visually, she looked like she was flying. I would love to see the last 100 breakdown. I think that's when she really was hitting top gear, but didn't make the closing sectionals there. All right, we'll take a quick break, and on the other side, we are going to look at the tip star of the week.
Arriving for a hot date on a moped. Disappointing. Arriving for a hot date on a horse? Fantastic! Life's better with horses. See you at the races.
Welcome back to the run of the race. It is now time to have a look how our tip stars are faring. And was it a moving day on Saturday, Mark?
Oh, it was a middling day, I'd say. 1,713 points was the maximum you could have scored. You needed 6 of the 8 winners, and critically, you needed Don't Fuss with your big bet. Paid $14.40 the win and $3.70 the place.
And no surprises to see this week's winner did indeed have Don't Fuss as his best bet.
He only had the 2 winners, Don't Fuss and earlier in the day, Come Play With Me, but very consistent on the place money. And it was critical they had Arnie's Boy in the last, paid $2.40 to place, and that 48 points was enough to give Brad Glass the victory. Otherwise, it would have been the great name of No Suit For You who would have taken out the top prize. Everybody who loves Seinfeld will get that gag.
That makes sense because I haven't watched Seinfeld, so I didn't get it. But I like a good name in this tipping competition. So hopefully they can continue steaming their way up the leaderboard. All right, this weekend and brings another opportunity to gain some valuable points on what is Bowfine Stakes Day. Let's have a look at the last 3 editions.
Down back near the fence, Travanator. Rock Magic down the outside continues to run on, but Military Rain is well clear, and she's got the Bowfine absolutely at her mercy, you would think. Sticking on well is Malibu Style, but she keeps going, and Military Rain draws away to win it in length and 3/4. Second home is Malibu Style, and third Rock Magic. The leader a length and a half. Over on the outside, Lockroy runs on. Pretentious Chant first among equals. Under pressure down towards the inside. Agachar Cruz threading its way through. It's It the leader. Now first among equals starts to dig in. It's It holding on, however, and It's It has scrambled in. It's It has got the money here. 2 lengths Prophet Street followed by Meteoroid. Mr. Motown quickly ranges up and grabs the lead from Durandell, who fights, but it's Mr. Motown a neck, now a half and coming away Mr. Motown. Mr. Motown has beaten Durandell.
Great to see the last 3 editions of the Bowfine Stakes there. Last year's one wasn't without its controversy though.
No, it wasn't. First past the post was Mr. Motown, trained by Lindsay Smith and ridden by Lucy Warwick, but several months later there was a positive test relating to that horse, and he subsequently lost the race, which gave the chocolates to Durandell, who finally did win a race. Fortunately, he has won one on the track as well, not just in the steward's room, for his connections.
It has tremendous irony, doesn't it? Durandell, who was the perennial place getter, very much a bridesmaid, but gets the number 1 next to its name for that race. All right, well, that is all from us today for the run of the race. Hopefully you have learnt a little bit from the data from Punting Form. We'll catch you next week on next week's episode.
She makes her bid for a little piece of history.